Subversive achievements by France and Alassane Ouattara against Niger and the AES, General TIANI corroborates Chris YAPI'S investigations. For several months, Chris YAPI has continued to warn public opinion against the subversive activities carried out by Alassane Ouattara and France against Niger and the countries of the Alliance of Sahel States, AES. Today, the damning remarks of General Abdourahmane Tiani confirm these alerts, providing factual elements which expose a vast destabilization operation orchestrated from Côte d'Ivoire. Indeed, on August 6, 2024, 8 representatives of Nigerian military deserters were summoned to Abidjan for a high-level meeting which was finally held in Jacquesville on August 8. This meeting, organized with the participation of a former Nigerian general and French representatives, aimed to establish a strategy tending to destabilize the member states of the AES Confederation. These plans included the training of subversive groups to be established before the end of 2024. From October 2 to November 15, 2024, at the 43rd Bima military camp, certain agents were trained under the supervision of French Special Forces and Ivorian. These agents, camouflaged within the Ivorian Special Forces and the Republican Guard, underwent intensive training in urban combat, reconnaissance of VIP residences, as well as hostage-taking and kidnapping. They were trained in the use of specific weapons such as the modified FAMAs, Model 52, and the AK-47, allowing their origin to be masked. Despite official denials, these maneuvers could not have taken place without the tacit agreement of the Ivorian authorities. By supporting these activities, Alassane Ouattara endangers the stability of the sub-region, which is already seriously damaged. Justifying these acts by political cynicism aimed at strengthening his hold on power, it is now clear that his involvement goes beyond the simple Ivorian framework and reflects an allegiance to exogenous interests, notably those of France. The presence of 6 instructors from the French metropolis and 5 others of Ivorian origin but operating under French cover at the 43rd Bima, illustrates the key role of Paris in this disastrous enterprise which aims to encircle not only Niger, but also all AES member states, to preserve French geostrategic interests under the cover of ECOWAS. These revelations raise fundamental questions about the sovereignty of African states and the way in which certain leaders are complicit in imperialist strategies, thus sacrificing the stability of the region for purely selfish interests. The active participation of Alassane Ouattara in these maneuvers is not simply a violation of African solidarity, but also striking proof of the use of national resources for purposes contrary to the interests of his own people and his neighbors. France's role in this affair once again reveals its determination to maintain control over its former colonies. This neo-colonial policy, cleverly masked behind speeches on democracy and cooperation, manifests itself here in a clandestine operation aimed at destabilizing Niger and hindering the rise of the AES. This system does not seek to protect populations, but rather to guarantee foreign economic and strategic interests to the detriment of African people. In Côte d'Ivoire, these facts also highlight the use of the 43rd Bima, a camp supposedly handed over to Ivorian forces, as a tool to carry out the dirty work of foreign powers. This demonstrates that this transfer was never synonymous with regained sovereignty, but rather a facade to mask unbalanced and harmful military cooperation. The cynicism of the heads of state involved in these plots is chilling. By condoning the preparation for bloodshed in the AES countries, they set themselves up as true mercenaries of foreign interests, forgetting that their primary duty is to protect their people and promote peace. This disregard for human life and the fundamental principles of national sovereignty is unacceptable and must be denounced with the greatest firmness. For a long time, Chris YAPI has been warning about these harmful acts carried out concomitantly by France and its henchmen including Alassane Ouattara, revealing the hypocrisy and duplicity of African heads of state who, for egocentric reasons, collaborate with foreign powers instead of place of the sovereignty of their peoples and their interests. The revelations of General Abdourahmane Tiani confirm the authenticity of these denunciations and reinforce the need to maintain media pressure in order to always keep African patriots on alert. This encirclement system orchestrated by France, with the active complicity of Alassane Ouattara, constitutes a betrayal not only of Niger, but of all sovereign states in West Africa. The people of the region must open their eyes to this plot and demand accountability from their leaders, while denouncing foreign involvement in the internal affairs of the continent. Chris Yapi does not lie. Find Chris Yapi on his 2 YouTube channels, his Rumble channel, his TikTok, X, Instagram, VK and Threads accounts.